Hi, I'm Becky Lilybridge, and today I'm going to be going through some tips on how to use the MISTI to do multiple stamps of the Petite Places. I'm using Petite Places Holiday Lane from Paper Tray Ink to make like this little ornament. So if you wanted to make a bunch as a gift set or whatever, it's a lot of stamping, and so I've just got a couple tips for stamping with the die cuts. So anyways, there's that, and I know the glare is atrocious because I have lights right on my desk, otherwise you couldn't see anything I was doing. So there is the little house all put together. Very, very cute. Alright, to start with, I figured this is a really simple one, but some people might have trouble with it. So I have paper that is stuck in my die cuts. And so what I do is I take a glue dot, just hold it on my fingers and tap it against my paper. Just like that, and it pulls my die out perfectly. And then I just keep it, like pinch it back off with my nails, and ta-da! So if you have trouble getting some of your paper out of your dies, and there aren't nice handy dandy little holes to poke the paper out with a paper piercer, this works beautifully. Even for the itty bitty ones. Look at that. That's so tiny. That's a little window. Oh, yeah, I'm doing these as Christmas presents this year, these ornaments, and this just makes it so much faster because you can just assembly line them without having to reline up your stamps over and over again, and it goes really quickly. So let's get this last one out and get the glue dot off of my nail. Okay. Alright, now for this, I am using the MISTI. And let's see, if we're gonna turn it sideways. I've already done all my die cutting, so the first thing I like to do is have a dark piece of cardstock so I can see the difference. And then I'm using the negative of all the dies that I'll be using. So I'm going to put that in place, and then I'm going to tape that down with my micropore tape, because even with like the magnets and everything, my cardstock has a tendency to shift around on me in the MISTI, and for this I need it to be very, very still. Let's see if it'll close. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so that, oh, we'll do one more in that corner. It's a little shifty. Alright. There we go. Now that's not going anywhere. Alright, I'm going to turn it this way just to start to line it up. Alright, so our first one we're going to do is we'll do the front of the house. So I'm going to put this in just like a puzzle piece. You know, just for extra oomph, let's use the magnets. Very excited. I thought I was missing one of my magnets, and I cleaned my studio and I found it stuck on one of my dies. So yay, it's not gone. Alright, so this is the front of the house. And so I will line it up this first time. Let me try and keep my head out of the camera. And I find the windows to be the easiest point of reference for lining these up. Alright, so that is lined up. I'm going to bring my MISTI down to pick it up. And of course it'll pick up my die with it because it's sticky. And pop that back in. I'm using Lawn Fawn Dough dye ink. I think that's a perfect gingerbread color. So I'll go ahead and ink it up. And we'll see how well I've lined it up. Let's see. Okay, that looks pretty perfect to me. Absolutely perfect. And the cool part about it now is that I can do all of my little houses, I can do the fronts of them without having to reline up the die at all. It just pops right into the negative space like a puzzle piece. And perfect, of course. Not, of course, because I'm awesome, but, you know, because it's held in place and takes the guesswork out. Which is pretty awesome. The hinge on my MISTI is getting a little bit creaky. I don't know if I can WD-9. No, not WD-40. My brain is... It's like 1 a.m. So my brain has stopped being super functional hours ago. WD-9. I must have W+9 stuck on my brain. But yeah, very creaky. Alright. So just like that, the fronts are all stamped. And if you have trouble lining up some of the tiny ones, this can be really nice too, because you put it exactly on, you can see where the stamp is before you stamp it. And yeah, perfect. Alright, so that was the front of the house. Now we'll go ahead and do, let's see what next. I guess we'll go ahead and do the back. Okay, looks perfect to me. Oh, my lid is a little wet from the baby wipe, so go ahead and get a paper towel, otherwise it'll shift all over the place and not pick up my stamp right. Okay. Whoa. I'm not going to go into constructing the whole ornament in this video. This is just tips on how to get a bunch of them stamped. Perfect. If you are looking for tips on how to put these together, Betsy Veldman has a great video on how to assemble these little houses. And I don't really have anything super constructive to add to that because I just did it exactly how she taught me. I will say that if you're going to do a 3D scene, you should make sure to, and you're going to use some of the extra stuff like the fence and the trees, stamp both sides so you don't have just a plain white cardstock die cut tree or back of the fence. Let's see, I'll go ahead and do this and then I'll just move on to the candy canes so I can show you how easy those are to line up with the MISTI. But yeah, super, super quick. And then assembling it really doesn't take long once you've got all your pieces together. Sit down, turn a movie on that you don't have to actually pay that much attention to, and one night you should be able to assemble a bunch of them. Alright, so that's that part stamped. Let's clean my stamp. And now we're going to move on to the candy canes, which the candy canes and the little peppermints and those shutters, I think that's where the magic happens with this set. The details are amazing. So, so, so pretty. Okay, let's put this back. Alright, let's try and keep my head out of the camera. It's hard not to just sit directly over this and to line it up. Okay, perfect, I think. Alright, and for the candy cane and the peppermints, I really like Lawn Fawn Lobster dye ink. It is beautiful. Oh yeah. That is so, so cute. Absolutely, I don't know. If I move up farther, you're not going to be able to see it because it's going to be out of focus. But still, very, very, very cool. So we'll do a couple more candy canes. And the stamps are really well set up. Like these 3 peppermint holes right there, that's one stamp. So you don't have to spend forever stamping each little dot. And the front door and 2 front shutters are also one stamp together. So it makes it go pretty fast. Oh, I cannot handle the cuteness. I'm fangirling over petite places. That's funny to me. And maybe laughing at my ridiculousness will teach me to not make videos at the middle of the night. Okay, so that's the candy canes. And I'll do one more before I turn the video off, because I get addicted with these things. I have a hard time stopping. I know in Betsy Velman's video she said, oh yeah, you don't have to do all of the little details. And man, I don't think I could stop without all these little extra things filled in, because they're so fun. So fun. Okay, so we're going to do these 3 little peppermints. And I don't know if anyone does Elf on the Shelf, but we do. We have an elf that comes to live with us every December, and he's not a mischievous elf. He's a really nice elf. The only problem with these is that when they're so tiny, they don't like to stand up, and they like to stick to your fingernails. So like you get it placed perfectly and you go to move your fingers away and it comes with you. Okay, I think I got it. But anyways, yes, we have an elf. And he's not a mischievous elf. He's just a really nice elf that hangs out and plays kind of in our house. And we have a tradition. We do gingerbread houses every year. And last year, my gingerbread house was actually for our elf. It said, our elf is Stanley. And so I think I wrote like Stanley's Candy Shop or something on it and gave him a little gingerbread man. Oh, that's so cute. But this year, I think this is the perfect size for Stanley to have his own little paper gingerbread house. I do not understand why my camera cuts out. But yeah, my camera cut out, sorry. But that is the tips and tricks I have for using the MISTI with your die cuts. And I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, you can leave them in comments on my blog. And have an excellent night. Thank you for watching. Or, you know, excellent whatever it is time of day you're watching this. Bye!